For 13 years, the primary digital record of the medieval Chola navy centered on a superweapon. Wikipedia detailed a class of warship called the Thirisadai, a colossal battleship carrying 400 elite marines and ship-mounted flamethrowers capable of incinerating entire fleets. This ship was an elaborate fabrication. In early 2025, historians and digital investigators dismantled the hoax, revealing that the word Thirisadai is actually the Tamil translation of Trajata, a benevolent demoness from the Sanskrit epic, the Ramayana. The historical record shows the Chola state operated as a centralized land-based empire. It lacked the specialized shipyards, continuous logistics, and maritime infrastructure required to maintain a standing imperial navy of this magnitude. Yet, in the 11th century, this land-based kingdom launched armadas across the Bay of Bengal, conquered foreign kings, and secured dominance over the Indian Ocean. The question is, how an agrarian power projected such overwhelming force thousands of miles from its shores? The resources for expansion originated in the Kaveri Delta. Through a massive network of artificial lakes and canals, the Cholas engineered a hydric economy that generated the agricultural surplus necessary to fund state expansion. Stone temple complexes functioned as regional financial hubs, centralizing this agricultural wealth to fund the crown's most ambitious projects. To move this wealth and power across oceans, the crown partnered with Tamil merchant guilds, such as the Ainaruvar. These militarized multinational corporations maintained their own fleets of cargo ships and private mercenary armies. During overseas campaigns, the crown provided the military authority and strategic goals, while the guilds provided the transport vessels and the maritime intelligence required to navigate deep water routes. Chola naval expansion rely on this integration of imperial ambition and corporate logistics, allowing a land-based state to project power without the cost of a standing state navy. This partnership faced an early test in 988 CE, during Emperor Rajaraja I's campaign against the Chera stronghold of Kandalur Salai on India's southwestern coast. Chola inscriptions record an amphibious assault that simultaneously dismantled the Chera military academy and burned its defending fleet at the roadstead. By 1017 CE, under Rajendra I, Chola strategy shifted from brute force raids toward targeted psychological warfare against the Anuradhapura kingdom in Sri Lanka. King Mahinda V had retreated to a mountain sanctuary in the southern Rahuna province. Rather than attempting a difficult inland siege, Chola generals lured the king into the open by offering a fake peace treaty. The peace talks were a trap. Chola forces captured Mahinda V alive, looted his hidden treasuries, and seized the sacred crown jewels of the Sinhalese royal family. By seizing the king and his regalia through strategic deception, the Cholas effectively absorbed the kingdom and ended its resistance without a protracted naval blockade. In 1025 CE, the rival Srivijaya Empire controlled the Malacca Strait, blockading the trade routes to China. Srivijaya heavily fortified the northern entrance, expecting the Chola armada to follow the standard coastal routes. But Rajendra Chola utilized guild intelligence and monsoon winds to bypass these defenses entirely, sailing his fleet across the open waters of the Bay of Bengal. The armada made landfall at the guild-owned port of Barus on the western coast to replenish supplies. They then sailed around Sumatra's southern tip, entering through the Sunda Strait to launch a surprise attack from the rear. This overseas surgical strike crippled Srivijaya's economic monopoly and resulted in the capture of their king. The Srivijayan campaign established the effectiveness of the Chola maritime paradigm, achieving dominance through strategic navigation and corporate intelligence. Centuries later, the geopolitical focus of the mainland shifted, as subsequent powers, like the Vijayanagara Empire, prioritized inland wars across the Deccan over Southeast Asian maritime interests. The alliance between the state and the merchants also weakened. The Tamil guilds had become so successful across Southeast Asia that they no longer required state-backed military protection to maintain their markets. This corporate independence led to widespread tax evasion and the gradual dissolution of the partnership with the crown. Chola maritime power faded because the specific alignment of imperial ambition and corporate logistics simply uncoupled. The administrative reality of this era is documented in the Leiden copper plates, which were repatriated from the Netherlands to India in 2026. These 11th century artifacts provide proof of the complex financial and maritime networks that supported Chola power. These records contrast with the technical fabrications, like the Thirisadai, found in digital hoaxes. The documented history of the Chola Empire records a land-based state that successfully integrated corporate logistics to project power across the medieval world.
Like, share, and subscribe for more interesting videos.